so good to be done with. The planning, the stress, the...
You consummate?
I don't know what that means. That's a big word. There's no one piece of advice that works for everyone.
Not true.
That's not true.
Not true.
Prove it.
Find God. Look at you.
I want this as proof that no matter what I preach, whether good or bad, liberal or conservative, religious or atheist, that Justin will find a way.
No, I'm thinking out loud, bro. I don't do it on.
I find it very hard to believe in this world of like where all information is shared and so many people have so much access to so much information.
Yeah.
That he is the only human being who's like, I found it. I've unlocked the fountain of youth. It is pink Himalayan salt.
Is it okay to villainize people who are evil in our government? Go.
That's really hard. Because I just villainized the hell out of
some influencer.
some social media influencer. I'm cool with that.
All right, cool. Well,
guys, we just solved how...
we just solved America. Look, we just solved America.
It's not that hard.
It's really not that hard.
If we can do it with 2 microphones and some iPhones.
Now I'm recording. What'd you ask me?
Ah, damn it. I was just asking if you think anybody would notice that we were gone.
You know what, George? I'll give you one chance. Explain to the people exactly what you did and why we were gone. And what illegal activity, and I'll bleep it out.
Okay. So essentially what was happening, guys, the reason why we had to take a small hiatus, I did a bad thing, and Justin, as a punishment, has been keeping me locked up in his basement. I promise I'll be good from here on out.
No one's going to believe that. What did you actually do?
I got married.
Hey, you got a ring? Oh, it's...
plastic. I don't trust my.
Interesting.
I don't trust myself with the real thing. So.
Okay, got it. We have no money. So
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Learn things that you want to learn.
I got a fun fact for you.
Hope you learned something like that. I hope you have. So
I'm an idiot. If you have any questions, don't ask us.
Welcome to the Idiots Extras podcast. I'm your co-host, Justin.
And I'm your co-host, George.
And every week, even though we were missing, we try to cure our ignorance and share it with you guys.
And we're still broke, so if you want to donate to our...
Not the plastic ring.
Yo, we're coming back. Yo, come on. Look.
You get that from a cereal box.
Listen, we spent the money on the important ring. So it's not for me.
Okay. But come on, man. Men deserve stuff too, right?
Nope.
No,
we get the real prize.
Oh, okay. What's the real? Oh, she's a prize.
She's
You're
a prize.
wrong again. Canceled. What's your prize?
Yo, we just got back, bro. Give me a second to ease back into it.
Welcome back, George. How
Thanks,
you been,
brother.
dude?
Feels good. Feels so good to be done with the planning, the stress, the.
You consummate?
I don't know what that means. That's a big word.
You consume the food?
Yeah.
At the
food?
wedding?
Actually, nope. I can't consume food.
Oh, you can't consume food.
Because it's your wedding and you're constantly talking to everybody and being distracted by a million people.
Oh.
And yet somehow you still don't talk to everybody and you wish you talked to everybody.
That's true. You had no time for consummating.
It was no... I feel uncomfy.
What do you mean? I just told you what it means.
I don't trust what you'll do with these clips.
We had no time, but it's all over and
dude,
feel good.
It was such a rush of just like everything moving so fast. That entire day is a blur. Like, send
me the videos and I'll post it of
the consummation.
Yeah, of your consummation during the wedding. No, during the venue.
I hope someone watching this doesn't know what the word consummate means.
I'm just kidding.
But it's good to be back on the podcast.
Yeah, man.
Happy to be back.
I feel like we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
What are you talking about this week?
So this week I'm going to talk about health overall. Okay. I had a wild health experience over the last few weeks.
Oh.
Specifically, I'm going to talk about where we get our health information.
Mr. RFK Jr. Oh God, I will have to edit that. Where do we get our health information from?
Just social media and things like that versus like doctors. So I'm actually gonna do a bit on. There's a guy named Gary Brecka. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. So I'll tell you a little bit about him. And interesting dude. This is gonna be more of a discussion. I want to get your thoughts. I'm gonna tell you about this guy, and I'll get your thoughts on his business.
Okay. And I will talk about politics for one last time.
You know what's crazy? This is a perfect segue.
One last time.
Okay.
But I will talk not anything specific. I might give a little specifics.
Okay.
But it's more philosophy. I want to talk about morality in politics.
I'm down for morality. It's really funny. So going right into the news segment, guys. So here on the podcast, we try to educate ourselves and, keep up to date on what the current stories are.
Yeah.
If we're trying to cure our ignorance, we should probably know what's going on in the world around us. Now, as part of that, in my notes, the first thing I put was no more politics.
Oh, interesting.
I literally was just like, dude, politics I'm excited to hear about morality. Morality I'm interested in.
But here's the thing. Here's why it is the last time. I'm exhausted.
Same.
I'm exhausted. And it doesn't get any better. So I'm going to stop talking about it.
You're like, one more. It's an itch. But
yeah, it's one more. That's it.
But I do want to share some news on the things that are happening around the world today. If you are a canine fan or if you have a dog, there's a company out there called Loyal.
Okay.
And Loyal just released its second rendition of this drug that is FDA approved. And it's for dogs that are over 10 years old. And supposedly, they can extend your dog's life.
Oh, I thought they make it more obedient.
Oh, that'd be great,
it's
bro.
It's a drug to your dog will
Isn't
listen.
that called marriage?
For some people. It will extend. Okay, if it can extend a dog's life, why can't we have some type of medicine that extends humans' lives?
They're actually working on that. This just shows you how much you piss.
FDA approved.
Yeah. No, they're working on it.
So it's not FDA approved.
This drug is FDA approved for dogs.
For dogs?
Yes.
Okay. And
the human version is still being worked on. And I actually talked about it on a previous episode of the podcast. The company is essentially what they do is they're figured out a way to lengthen your...
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Your what?
That drug's going to sell out.
Lengthen your what?
Apparently like your DNA strands or your RNA strands and something like that. Again, this is a while ago.
It lengthens your DNA strands.
The ends of like what holds everything together. They get shorter and shorter.
The helix. It extends the helix.
Yeah, they regrow the helix.
Okay.
As we get older, it degenerates and like it doesn't copy as proper. Like as
sure. Man. Do you know what you're talking about?
Welcome back. Do
you know what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm lost. Okay. I'm not gonna lie.
The helix. I'm not even joking. Like like the helix DNA strand.
Sure.
Yeah. So part of what like makes us age and like get sick and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Is that these helixes begin to degrade.
Okay.
And they don't copy as so DNA to RNA doesn't copy as well.
Okay.
Right. So the human version of this drug helps that the ends of the RNA from like de-strangling. I don't know what it's called.
De-strangle. Okay, and so that's what happens for the dogs.
This was for the dogs. No one cares about the dogs.
No, I'm saying the same process, but it happens for the dogs.
Oh, I don't know if this is what they do for the dogs. You just asked if there was a human version to extend human life.
Okay, let's go basic. Let's go super basic questions. How long does the dog's life extend?
See, and that's what they don't say.
It just extends.
All this is it extends the dog's life. I'm just like, this sounds
like a few minutes, and they could be like, "Oh, we're marketing it as."
And they say that it also improves the quality of life. So, like, not only does it lengthen the life of the dog, but it also just like helps their overall improvement.
It's a steak.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a piece of steak,
bro. I'm just like
gives me nutrients and
put it in a pill and say I'm improving.
No, I'm just saying they're marketing as that, but it's actually just something like a steak
in a pill form.
No, a legit steak. It helps the dog improve its quality of life. It's happier and therefore lives longer.
I think that makes perfect sense, honestly.
Terrible.
Bro, somebody orders the drug and it's just like butcher box. Like,
I will not subscribe.
The next piece of news is the tallest roller coaster in the world, which was in Six Flags in Texas,
Okay.
was destroyed over the weekend. So they brought it down. They finally brought it down. So it's no longer-
Protest? Why did it bring it down?
They're just like, it's old.
That's
old.
ageism.
Yeah. I don't know what my future holds, but it's probably going to be very similar.
They're gonna tear you down when you get old. Okay, and they're gonna rebuild a new one just as tall.
No, they're just going to replace it with something
lame,
different.
bro.
Yeah. But it did make me think of a fun fact about Six Flags.
Is it fun and a fact?
It is fun. It's a fact.
Okay, here we go,
I'll
guys.
let you be the judge. All right.
Let's see.
Welcome to this episode of Is It a Fun Fact?
Okay.
Now, Six Flags is known as Six Flags because of what reason?
I'm gonna go on a crazy stab in the dark.
Okay.
They have flags
Sorry, I don't know why.
that equate to a total number of 6.
Correct. All right, I'll tell you this. Here's a hint. Six Flags is a Texas company. It's originated in Texas.
Okay.
Can you guess what the Six Flags represent?
Oh, family, fun, friends.
This man went Fast and Furious. Family.
What does it stand for?
It's the 6 different countries that occupied Texas. Interesting, right?
There are 6 countries that occupy Texas.
At some point,
Texas, United States, Texas.
at what was the physical landmass that is Texas, 6 different countries have operated it.
How does that make sense when... What are the 6 countries?
So it was first France that occupied
France occupied Texas. Am I dumb? I must be dumb.
Okay. Obviously,
I have to Google this.
I'm talking about before it was Texas, the physical
I must
land.
be dumb.
No, the France occupied the physical land
Okay.
and they sold it off to Spain.
Okay.
Okay. Spain then had the territory and then Mexico got it.
Okay.
And it was owned by Mexico.
Okay.
Then there's a whole revolution behind it.
Hmm.
And then Texas gained its independence from Mexico and became its own country.
Okay.
It was called the Republic of Texas.
Okay.
And then the United States merged with the Republic of Texas and it became a state, hence the United States of America. And then technically, during the Civil War, it was part of the Southern Union or Southern Forces, which was its own independent country. So technically, there was 6 different occupants of Texas.
Interesting.
And that's why it's called Six Flags Great America.
Okay. What about the Native Americans,
Ooh.
who are probably the original people living there?
See, they didn't have a flag.
Oh. You got 6 other people who occupy the place, but not the people who actually originate from there.
They should have gotten a flag, bro. They could have been the 7th.
All you needed was a flag. Okay, my bad.
Hey,
The
you know
Native
what?
Americans like, my bad. We didn't even know what flags were
Hey.
at the time, but my bad for not making
We
them.
live and learn, you know? And then let's transition before we get canceled real fast.
We're not going to get canceled. It's fine.
I want to talk to you about health. Specifically, I want to talk to you about Gary Brecka.
What's Gary Brecka?
Gary Brecka is a dude who owns a company.
Okay.
It's called 10X.
You keep talking.
All right, sick. Yeah, but Gary Brecka, right?
Yeah, what about him? You white?
I'm trying to, yeah.
I'm sorry. Is he lighter complexion?
He's of the light complexion.
Okay,
yes.
he's light complexion.
It's really hard because as I'm telling you, this guy's going to basically preach the same stuff that I preach.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was going to say something so bad. Things that you preach?
Like in terms of the topics that we've had on this podcast about health, about how to stay healthy and things like that.
What about your philosophy on significant others? Does he preach the same things?
I hope so.
Oh, okay.
Love them.
Own them as property? Okay.
Own them as property.
Okay, this
Why?
guy is interesting.
I mean, hey, why do you think you put a ring on it? You're saying dibs. Say dibs.
That's a
to the
marketing.
entire world.
Alrighty then.
Dude, people are going to be like,
Moving on.
people are gonna be like, is she in danger?
I don't like Gary Brecka, I guess.
I don't.
You don't like him?
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out how to do this segment without getting sued.
Wait, you just said that he preaches the same thing you preach, but you don't like him.
No.
Do you not like yourself?
I mean, I think that's been a topic on this podcast for so many episodes. We've talked on camera, off camera.
Okay.
But I'll give you the background story, right? So as I was going through the whole wedding planning thing, I was juggling a few things. I was juggling my mental health, which was so bad.
Yeah.
I was juggling my physical health, which went down the drain.
Not bad.
I went to the gym for the first time the other day. Not great.
Yeah, but your health's not bad. Physical health. It's not like you gained 50 pounds.
Yeah, but I squatted 95 pounds and my legs are sore as hell.
Oh. A little weak.
I know.
I'm just kidding. Okay, all right.
And I think what I hate about this guy is that I mean, sorry, hold on.
We started strong. Yeah. Okay. I didn't realize we started strong. Why do you hate him?
So, well, I guess we'll never have him on the podcast because no way.
That's fine.
If anybody else wants to come.
Or you do hate him and we still have him on the podcast.
I actually think he'd be really interesting to talk to. I want to talk to him. So his whole thing, he has these crazy, I don't know how to describe. Like he just says that he can basically save your life. And his biggest selling point is that, do you know Dana White?
I do know Dana White.
So Dana White is the president of the UFC.
Don't like that guy.
Oh, because of his last name.
No.
Got it.
There's a lot more pressing things about him, but I don't care about his last name. But go ahead.
But basically, he is a celebrity who says
He's a celebrity. Oh, Dana White. Sorry.
Dana White
is
a celebrity who says that Gary Brecka basically saved his life and that he has these like unique way of approaching health that is different from everybody else and blah, blah, blah. And granted, Dana White did, like, he lost hella weight. He looks significantly better. He seems like he's got a lot more energy. He seems like he's improved his life significantly.
Okay.
You would think somebody who preaches health and all these things is a doctor of some sort, or he does all these genetic tests, all this stuff.
Is he an influencer?
He's an influencer. But if you go watch
his background,
insurance. Now, gosh. I think he's a genius because his background was life insurance, right?
Okay.
But because his background is life insurance, he pitches it as, I've spent years calculating how long people are going to live. And we know all the variables and we know all these things. And great, look, he does.
Oh, God. Okay.
He does have a science background. Like he went to school and he got a degree in science. Okay.
Okay.
But he markets himself as a human biologist.
Okay. So he's a good marketer.
He's a phenomenal marketer.
Okay. He's like the Elon Musk of physical health.
I hate both of them. So yes.
Okay, so what does he preach? How did he save Dana White's life?
So he does these genetic tests, right? And this is
like 23andMe?
Sort of, yeah. Right. But he charges you $600 for them.
Oh, what does it tell you? You're a piece of
blood work, basically.
You're fat. What does it tell you?
He tells you, here's my thing is the way that I can only get the information that he's marketing on his website.
Okay.
And you as an individual have these unique like genetic markers, meaning you should eat more this or you should eat more that.
Okay.
And with the genetic information, he then prescribes you a whole bunch of vitamins or supplements.
Probiotics and
yeah.
Okay, I've seen
he sells to you after you paid him $600.
There's many people who do that though.
I don't like it, dude.
There's many people who do that. They take your stool sample and then they can tell you.
I did that to my doctor.
Yeah, better not eat the apples or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. But also buy our probiotics.
Yeah. But to me, the way it's marketed, like he's just very much, for example, I'm pretty sure this blood work is something that you can get done at your doctor's, covered by your insurance.
Okay.
For like whatever copay you have.
Yeah.
And he's selling you these grandiose type things. And the evidence that he uses to back himself up is also what pisses me off.
What's the evidence?
So again, We'll go back
life
to
insurance.
Life insurance and Dana White.
That's his evidence. But yeah, I guess when you have Dana White endorsing you, that's a commercial that gets seen from millions of people.
And he's constantly just saying how this person saved his life with his protocol, right? And then if you, God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. If you also go on his website, you can buy, you ready?
Yeah.
His ultimate human protocol.
His ultimate human, so you could be peak human.
Peak human.
Yeah.
Right? For $133,000.
Oh, that's so cheap to be a peak human.
What's the price on good health?
So it's so funny that your first news story, I feel like he probably would be selling something that extends your life, basically.
Oh my God, I didn't refuse that.
But for $133,000, you go through a quote unquote protocol. What is a protocol?
He basically sells you 4 machines. And it's, you know what?
Like exercise machines.
Yes.
It's like treadmill, bench.
Close, honestly.
133,000.
So like on this podcast, I have preached the very things that he preaches, which is like grounding, like for like walking barefoot on the ground and like just being more in tune with the earth and stuff like that.
You said that?
I have, yeah.
You ain't say that. No, because I would have made fun of your hippie ass if you said that.
Proof that he doesn't pay attention to me. Like again,
I mean, sometimes we zone out here, but it's normal life.
I think we literally have clips of you zoning out.
No, but you've never said anything about you need to be more in tune with the earth.
It was during the meditation segments.
Okay, I'll have to look back.
Will Hoffman, or is it Will Hoffman? The dude who did like preaches the meditation thing has this whole like you need to be centered with the earth, you need to be grounded. There's this whole electron exchange if you are like more barefoot or like allowing yourself, right?
Yeah, that sounds like crystals, bro.
I mean,
like to be honest.
Well, again, let me go into.
It can be more in tune with the earth, but okay, fine.
What's his 3 other
ones?
Cold plunge.
Okay, that sounds like George.
Yep.
Okay, be more in tune with the water. Okay, keep going.
Sauna.
Okay, we had a full episode on that one.
And this one, I will say, I've never talked about.
Wait, hold on. I got a question. $133,000. He's gifting me the sauna, right? I bought the sauna. Has to be in it, right?
Yeah.
So he installs sauna somewhere in this house. And a cold plunge.
And a cold plunge. And a red light, a UV sunbath.
Oh, that's the 4th one?
Yeah.
And he just takes away all my socks.
Oh, sorry. Oh, basically.
Right, as part of the 4, that's $133,000.
He sells them to make up for the cold plunge that he installed.
He just takes everyone's socks and sells it. Nice, dude.
And then an oxygen machine.
Wait, you said the...
Sorry, yeah.
5?
He gives you multiple things. He gives
Okay.
The red light thing, the cold plunge. I don't think he gives you a sauna. If he don't
give me a sauna for $133,000, I have to slap myself for spending that much money. What do you mean he doesn't gift me the sauna?
He gives you the oxygen machine.
Okay. Anyways, $133K. Cool.
Now, $133K, he gives you those 4 machines and then he tells you how to use them. And that's the protocol.
Interesting.
Right.
You can't YouTube shorts. You can't like Google.
And that's what I'm saying, bro.
How to use a cold plunge.
Watch this podcast, bro. I told you the same thing.
I don't know. You could just like.
For not $133,000.
Wiki how? I'm sure that's still a thing.
And this is where I get into the whole where we get our health information. I feel like we're so entrapped by trying to get like these feel better quick type schemes.
Yeah.
That people like him thrive. People like him who can just market and sell like crazy can basically feed on your weaknesses and say, hey, I'm here. Because dude, when I was not in it, I started researching like
Are you talking about really rich people, George?
Yes. No, 100%.
Like the billionaires who prey on the weak people?
Because you couldn't change my mind. I had to change my mind for me.
He doesn't want to give me. He doesn't want to give me the satisfaction, bro.
What satisfaction?
What do you mean you changed your mind?
Happy with yourself?
I am happy with myself.
I've been suffering all this time and you couldn't convince. What kind of friend?
You had to suffer in order for you to understand how wrong you were.
But to be fair, hold on. Let's be a little fair, right?
Okay, what?
He's also...
I'm right! Again!
He's still not right, guys. He's also scamming the very rich people.
Sure, I mean, he's
$133,000. I can't afford that.
He's scamming everybody. But I was gonna say that applies to like any category. Like people just wanted things to be easy. So how to get physically fit or healthier easy, how to get rich easier, how to get more friends easier, how to have more influence easier, how to get fame. Like anybody you can market it, and as long as you market it well, people are gonna buy it. Yeah,
but it's this honesty that really rubs me the wrong way. And I can't call it dishonesty because I don't want to be sued, right? But it's the marketing that really rubs me the wrong way.
Interesting.
During Dana White's like blood reveal, right? When they're going over his test results and stuff.
Okay.
They're going over, I watched like, this is information coming from the video of them, whatever. And I just remember him going, yeah, as you could see, we put him on some TRT and that helped his blood, his levels. Yeah.
Okay.
And like they just like went past it. Like that was not a big deal.
Yeah, they gave him steroids.
His T levels were low. Which is fine. Like once you get older, men have lower T levels.
They gave him steroids.
Basically.
What happened to the 4 machines?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Why you give him steroids if the $133,000 package can do it?
And they brush over, and that's the part that rubs me the wrong way, right? You brush over and be like, but yeah, minus the steroids, buy my 4 machines for $133,000.
That's bonkers.
And it took me to this point of like, where are we that we no longer trust our doctors? We no longer trust how we get our medical information. Because I'm not gonna lie, I think doctors are also full of BS a lot of times. Like you go to ask for help, and a lot of the times there is no solution. It's just like, yeah, just deal with it.
I don't know if it's not that I don't trust doctors, but I feel like it's very hard to pinpoint exactly what I have. So it's like they shotgun sometimes. Or they're just like, yeah, you're fine.
You, of all people, you don't believe that big pharma's in the pockets of the doctors making the...
No, I just know doctors.
Yeah.
And
they don't care that much.
Yeah, they don't care that much, unfortunately. So you're saying, it does suck that, yes, we don't trust our doctors, and yet we don't trust our scientists, but an influencer can say something. Yeah. And I hate to use the word influencer, but like someone that you look up to, actor or whatever, that you love that their music, and so they'll say it, and you're like, you know what?
He's right.
He's right because I like his music, his lifestyle, and he's a role model to me.
Which makes no sense unless you're us and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Then you should listen and what? No,
don't even. We don't know what we're talking about.
That's true.
I'm gonna be honest. Every episode, we don't know what we're talking about.
Well, we're trying.
But see, that's the point. Is that we're trying.
We're not TRTing, but we're trying. That was a good one.
I don't know if it rhymed, but it worked.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's okay. Look, check it out. The Kardashians will have every type of health they endorse.
Yeah.
A tea that makes you skinnier, like anything. And you see, like, they're not that healthy. They pay for their health.
Dude, I go on this guy's website. He has a machine for everything.
The Gary?
The Gary Brecka.
Okay.
He has a machine for putting salt in water. He has a machine.
I thought you only need 4.
If there's something he can make money off of, he does it.
Okay. So this segment is not so much you want to talk about health. You want to take down Gary Brecka.
I kind of do, to be honest. I really do. And the thing is, here's the thing. No. Because I don't.
No. I don't want to get sued.
No, it's not because I don't want to get sued. We'll probably get sued. Whatever.
Okay.
You can sue the podcast. You can take all 2 of our cameras.
Yeah, dude. Don't take my phones, but you can take the lights.
Yeah, it's Amazon. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I'm sure if I talk with this individual, if I just meet him on an everyday level, right? He's a good dude who probably just wants to make money, like selling a business.
Okay.
And he probably does believe in the things that he's selling, right? Like the cold plunges, the saunas and stuff. There's real benefits to doing those things, right?
Yeah.
It's the grandiose and the promises of this, I know all and I can help you fix your life, and giving generic information that could potentially be dangerous, that upsets me.
But I feel like it happens everywhere, all the time.
For sure.
Even through friends, even through peers.
And that's why I want to here's three things, three takeaways that I think give you a good perspective. Like maybe I should stay away from this person or from medical advice.
So you're going to tell me three things of why he's wrong.
Him specifically?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But also you can apply this to just about everybody.
Okay. Give me the three reasons why he's wrong.
One, if you need, this isn't necessarily per se wrong, but if you need a celebrity endorsement, if the only way...
Dana White's not it, bro.
I mean...
if you're looking for a celebrity, if you look up to Dana White, you're going to have to think about
his choice. Although, I'm not going to lie, the dude looks ripped afterwards. It could be the steroids, right? But
hold on. Physical health different when you're saying... I guess if you're only... Could you look at someone who is really nice physical health, but does horrible things and be like, I want to follow that guy?
Maybe, why not? If someone's just like...
I guess it's separating... I guess you can at least categorize and separate. Like, someone can follow, but Kanye West to try to be inspired by his music, but then also separate all the he's doing.
No. The Holocaust is real. Sir.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I think that's the thing. One thing just to be weary of. If you're out there and you're looking for health advice and you're going through the YouTube sections and the blah, 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 and you come across our page, by the way.
Read a book. I don't know why it's so hard for people.
Reading is hard.
Reading is hard, but then again, it's like you don't have a deadline.
But also...
You don't have a deadline. Dude,
I've read enough books to know that a lot of books are also full of BS. You don't need to...
Well, I'm not telling them you're a fantasy book.
I don't understand. Why is Harry Potter not getting me swole?
Yeah, dude. Published books, and then you also got to read the reviews and see what's...
You got to be careful what it is. I think it also applies to books. But again, if you need a celebrity endorsement, not necessarily a red flag, but something to be careful of. Just be like, so what? It doesn't have to be that way.
Okay.
Second, if someone's preaching something that's too good to be true, it probably is. You disagree?
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm iffy. I'm on the fence with that. Because sometimes as immigrants, we've always lived by that. And so sometimes we've missed opportunities because we think like that.
I don't know. When it comes to health, if someone tells you, here, take this. This is going to help you. I'm not saying completely brush them off. Approach everything with caution.
Okay.
Don't just blindly follow the guy who's like, give me $133,000 and I will fix your life.
I agree. But you said that if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
I'm saying approach with caution,
Okay.
Which actually goes into the third thing, which is there's no one piece of advice that works for everyone.
Not true.
That's not true.
Not true.
Prove it.
Find God. Look at you. Look at you. No, here's my segment. 3 things of why George is wrong.
I don't miss doing this. I don't.
I was just saying, bro. I was just saying, you had statements.
People live healthy lives without God. I don't preach it.
What did you say?
People live healthy lives, physically healthy lives, not spiritually or emotionally or other things.
Okay.
I'm pissing everybody off.
Your own people, other
literally,
people.
Anybody who believes in God is pissed off right now. Anybody who doesn't believe in God, pissed off right now.
So funny. I don't know. I feel like there's some certain. Okay, yeah, I went spiritual, but there's certain things that you could follow that trickle down to every category in your life.
Here's what I mean by in terms of health influencers specifically when I say health advice, it still doesn't apply to everybody.
Also, we're only in the category of health.
Yes,
because not one thing can solve all your health problems.
Yeah, no one every human being is different, and if someone's giving you an easy out, I promise you, as somebody who has gone through his fair share of health issues, you just have to work hard for it. You have to struggle. You have to. The friction is literally what makes you healthier.
Okay.
But like an example that this guy says that I think is terrible advice is he preaches this whole. A lot of people have like a salt deficiency, or they need more salt and more electrolytes in their system. Okay. So he always tells them like you should put pink Himalayan salt specifically. I'm like, what is the difference?
I don't know. Maybe there is. You said we got to approach it with caution. Fair. But then now I have to go like, well, let's try it.
Are you telling me, okay, as like only salt from the Himalayas will give you the...
Wait, check it out. I just thought of it. Not to defend him, but like the people who don't have enough salt in their system, if he's telling them to put pink Himalayan salt in them, would that not fix their problem?
I want this as proof that no matter what I preach, whether good or bad, liberal or conservative, religious or atheist, that Justin will find a way.
No, I'm thinking out loud, bro. I don't do it unintentionally. I'm just saying.
Swear you find a way.
You made fun of him, but he was trying to cure.
What I'm saying.
Okay, right, what are you saying?
Is that he's saying that this fix, right, for most people, this is something that everyone should do. But how many people, especially in the United States, actually consume too much salt?
Everybody.
Exactly. So by doing that, you can actually harm someone who
but what
has
if the
high blood pressure
or pink Himalayan salt, because it's pink and from the Himalayas?
Go back to point number 2. If it's too good to be true, it probably is.
I'm just saying we didn't do the research on pink Himalayan salt. Maybe that's why it costs so much, because it's probably healthier than regular table salt.
No. And I'll tell you, here's why not. Knowing absolutely nothing.
How did it get pink, George?
Hold on.
How did the salt get pink?
Hold on. I'm for the pink, right?
Like, it might have some magical in it. You know what I mean?
I think pink solves a lot of problems.
I don't know where you're going with that. But let's move fast.
But hear me out.
Okay.
Okay. If there is some divine, great power behind pink Himalayan salt, or behind this pill that he's selling you, or behind blah, 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 I find it very hard to believe in this world of like where all information is shared and so many people have so much access to so much information, that he is the only human being who's like, I found it. I've unlocked the fountain of youth. It is pink Himalayan salt.
But I'm sure that yes, he found it, but you can't write him off.
I think I can. I think you can. I'm pretty good with where I'm at.
Have you tried the pink Himalayan salt?
Have you tried Morton? The factory is like right down the street in Chicago.
Yeah, that's my girl with the little umbrella. You know what I mean? We go way back.
Ooh, I didn't know there was a girl on the label. I don't look at girls.
Oh, you don't look at girls?
I don't see women.
Oh, you don't see when they just disappeared the moment we got married? But I'm just saying, I would be curious to try a pink Himalayan salt diet.
Listen, I agree that like for some people that like those who need more electrolytes in their system and things like that, consuming some salt in the morning with some water, probably good for you, right? I just don't think the pink Himalayan salt is that big of a difference, dog. Someone bring me the chemical breakdown of pink Himalayan salt versus Morton.
I don't know. Just the quality. Obviously, it costs more. So obviously, it has to be healthier.
I guess.
You guess?
Sure. I'm not going to even bother arguing with you anymore.
Okay, well, let's argue. Here's the thing, George. That's a great transition, because you just said you won't bother to argue with me. But guess what we're doing for the next 30 minutes? We're probably going to argue, because I'm going to talk about morality and politics.
And I'm going to sit here calmly.
Oh, well, I just talked to myself?
Give you guys an editorial of actual coherent content where
coherent. Yeah. The one who has a lisp. You're going to give the coherent side of this conversation.
I'm going to give you a calm explanation.
There we go. Okay, there we go.
As we know, guys, Justin gets emotional.
No, I'm going to try to steer away from what USA is burning in this world.
I have no opinions.
I'm gonna go more theoretical.
Theory. Ooh, I like theory because I can talk about theory.
Okay.
Can't talk about our government, though.
I have 3 different things I want to talk about.
Okay.
Okay. The first one I want to talk about is social responsibility. So I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question about social responsibility on us, the people, civilians, Americans.
We the people.
How much of it is a responsibility on us to educate, 1, ourselves, and then 2, our circle or people around us when it comes to politics? We know a lot of people who really don't care.
I know people who don't, who truly stay out of politics and say, I don't care.
Yeah. Is that good?
I think that's terrible.
I think it's terrible too. But how much is the responsibility on us to like at least talk with people who don't care, maybe educate them?
That's a tough question. And I'll tell you why it's a tough question for me.
Okay.
The area that I grew up in and the world that I come from, you got way bigger problems going on in front of you than to worry about how these billionaires are.
But I mean, like, those problems that you're facing
are because of, sure. But when you're a person who's worried about, I got to feed my kids.
Sure.
I got to figure out where this next meal is coming from. I don't disagree with you that I'm probably being affected by these things. But as somebody who doesn't understand global economics, as somebody who doesn't understand like
but about the areas you do understand, obviously you wouldn't try to teach someone global economics because we don't really understand about global economics. But
I do think that it's so. I'll tell you where I think the social line should be drawn.
Okay,
right? There's a common saying, right? There are 3 things that you don't talk about on a first date. Not that I would know because I've never been on a first date. I've only had my wife. So,
the beginning of time was when you got married. Okay, what are the 3 things?
It's religion, politics, and what was the other thing?
Past, like ex-boyfriends,
I think it's just 2. I guess we'll just go with 2.
Oh, okay.
We'll make it 2.
Let's talk about my ex-girlfriend first date. That's cool.
Religion and politics. They say that
that's so interesting.
You're not supposed to talk about those on a first date. And I think that's absolutely idiotic.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that.
Yeah.
I was literally about to say that.
I think religion and politics, this specifically, is how a lot of people find their values and where they define themselves.
Okay.
I think it's the duty of every citizen to at least be able to open and engage in conversation.
To at least be open and engage. Yes, but who is willing to engage? I think some people are going to be, and open's a weird kind of like term to use because they might get offended and like talk back, but they're willing to have the conversation. They just might be really invested in it. But who's willing to actually start that conversation?
I mean, it's always like news outlets or blah, blah, blah. You know, they release a fun title, headline,
and then we discuss it.
And then we talk about it.
Yeah, that's fair. But then I just feel like a lot of the people, not to roast the people who are in my life, will only talk about headlines, and they're the dumbest headlines. Trump talking about the dogs and the cats in Haiti. Trump trying to grab Canada as the 51st state. Like, beyond that, beyond the dumb stuff.
I just had to bite my tongue so hard
I just say
to not do the Trump voice. Like,
there's so much more than the things, outlandish stuff that he's saying.
Yeah. But people, one, they're not willing to claim ignorance.
Ooh. Wait, that's pride? They're not willing to claim ignorance. Everyone
sees the headline and you say, for example, let's go with the immigration thing and say, mass immigration causes blah, blah, blah. And depending on where you are on the political, like what news outlet you're hearing, it'll either be a good or a bad thing. Liberal side will be good, conservative bad. Right? Again, we don't know a lot about how does mass immigration affect the economy, the blah, 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 and all these things?
We do know, though.
There's a lot of variables, dude. To say that anyone knows, I think is a bold claim. I think you can make an argument both ways.
Because I just trust the people who claim, intelligent, who are those who are scientists, who are economists. For once, I'm smart. I was going to say economics. One of those people. But the people who are economists, sorry, say why this is bad for the economy.
Sure, how this is bad.
And I'm just trusting them. That's all.
Sure.
I'm not saying that I'm right.
But I'm telling you that like you'll get people that give you both sides. You'll get an economist who will tell you how having X number of immigrants causes a economic strain because they're not doing this or they're not doing that. You'll get other economists who are like, there's so many that they're buying so many things which are helping our federal income tax, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
They're theorizing.
Sure. We'll always have someone on both sides of the argument. As the same as like vaccines. There's the idiot who runs our health department who thinks vaccines are dumb. And that's why we have outbreaks. And then there's people who are like, no, you need to do vaccines because it helps, right? But if I would say that if you have to look at what the majority of their why can't I say that word?
I don't know.
Economists say, I would probably tend to lean towards that. It's like the flat earthers versus the world is round.
But no, that one's clear.
But you'll find a lot of people, and it's an astounding number of people who think the earth is flat.
But there are other topics that aren't as clear.
Okay, and you're saying the immigration is the one that's not clear.
I think there's a reason why it's called politics. All these topics are things that you can see from multiple facets. Big word of the day.
I don't know about big.
All right, whatever. Word of the day.
Yeah, it's because it's 6 letters.
But when I say that people, they're too ashamed to claim ignorance and ask questions of like you say the things like, well, I listen to the best economists or whatever, and I've learned this. It's like, okay, but like other people haven't. And I think other people in society are shamed by the fact that they don't know. Again,
so that's what brings me back to our first question is how much of a responsibility is on me to tell my peers and family members and other people to have these conversations so maybe we can vote a certain way.
I think you have a duty to be yourself. If that means if on your heart it's heavy to preach it to the world, preach it to the world. Not everyone's role needs to be like
you think it varies on how important it is to me.
Yeah.
See, I have a problem with that.
Why?
Because I can be selfish and be like, dude, why would I want to spend my time? It's not important to educate other people. But at the same time, these topics, it's like that. If more people were more educated, other people would not be affected. Like it would sway certain conditions in this country if I were to educate it. But because I'm selfishly, I'm like, dude, why would I want to talk to my uncle, aunt, dad, whatever? It's exhausting. I'm not going to do it because it's just more work for me.
Great. Then
I'm just lazy and selfish.
Then don't expect change. Those who aren't willing to put in the work shouldn't expect any kind of like. Goes for health. Like when I was talking about like the health thing, nothing comes easy, right? If someone's promised you it's the friction that causes growth. Like that conversation, I promise you, especially when it comes to politics, that person will not see it your way. You will not see it their way.
Yeah, but you have to have the conversation.
But you have to have the conversation, and it rubs off at some point, right? Like I remember having conversations with people where I was hard fighting the opposite stance, and they were fighting up.
Talking about our podcast?
Basically, this is basically the last 40 episodes that we've had.
Are you talking about what we do?
But the next day, you kind of wake up, and after some time of digesting and think about it, maybe there's a little bit of change. Maybe I do think this way a little bit, right?
Oh, this might be the billionaires topic. Are they talking about the billionaires topic?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, sick. That was me. But yeah, I wish I had more, I don't know, motivation to talk to the people around me about politics. But at the same time, I don't want to force politics on people.
That's where I'm at.
Like, I don't want to bother you. Like, let's just have this hard conversation.
I love politics. I love talking politics. I'd be more than willing to engage in conversation with somebody about politics. My issue is when I talk to a hardcore conservative, they think I'm a hardcore liberal. And when I talk to a hardcore liberal, they think I'm a hardcore conservative.
Yeah. I'm not a hardcore liberal, but I know you're a hardcore conservative.
See what I mean? You gotta trust one.
You can't hide the Elon Musk posters anymore, bro.
You choose.
We told the world.
You choose who you believe.
It's on video, bro. You can't hide it anymore.
But what I'm saying is I think there's so much stigma around somebody being put down if they're conservative, put down if they're a liberal. Agree. And people need to just be like, yo, how about we just have a conversation, recognize that I like you, right? And even though you're a Marxist who wants the entire world to be enslaved to everyone except like the wealthy elite, that's fine.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm a Marxist?
Yeah.
Okay. Explain what a Marxist is.
Yeah, it's that word. You know?
No, okay.
That guy, Mark?
Yeah, dude, I was going to say. I agree. I just wish there were better examples of how healthy conversations could be. Because you know what? I'm not gonna lie. It sucks that I'm really into them. Well, I used to be, but you see those Jubilee videos of like 20v1 because it's one person who's liberal and 20 conservatives, or they just always have these videos where people are debating with one another, and they never go as mature or healthy like at all. Maybe in the beginning, and then
some of them I've seen come out pretty okay.
Some of them, like maybe 2 minutes of it.
No. I've seen a few episodes with certain people, depending on how they approach it, where like they want to like make this person feel terrible. But I think, all right. So the one I'll tell you, the one that comes to mind is the Ben Shapiro one. I thought that one was mostly respectful, minus like 2 people.
You think that was mostly respectful?
Minus 2 people.
Because even Ben Shapiro, how he talks, isn't the ideal way where I think someone should debate.
So I think in that particular example that you're giving of the Jubilee videos, they're trying to say I'm right. And they're trying to get sound bites. But as far as trying to say I'm right and trying to get sound bites, I think that they, for the most part, were very respectful in how they didn't... was what I find a lot of people go to is personal attacks. You believe this? You're so dumb. Yeah,
well, but even how you say things will bring out, I feel defended because of how you're talking to me. The only one I think is good is if you ever watch the 20 Christians versus 1 atheist.
Oh, I haven't watched that one yet.
You should watch that one. It was respectful. But yeah, I wish we had more like healthier, more mature conversations.
I'll say this, that I don't think it necessarily has to be respectful conversations as much as it is respect for the other person. And I mean, me and you have had conversations on this podcast where we weren't exactly respectful. We got heated. We had conversations, right? But at the end of the day, we can come back and sit at the same table, record another episode because we want to be rich. No, but because like, even though we view things differently, right? We can still have a conversation about it. Because I have respect for you, we can put aside those differences, recognize that we disagree, and just continue on with our lives.
Now I agree with you in the fact that if I had respect for the other person, then respect of the conversation will just follow. Exactly. Because a lot of these people, like a Ben Shapiro, they'll walk in that room. I already hate Ben Shapiro. So the moment I start talking to you, that's already done for, dude. I'm here to attack you and not even have a conversation with you. So I just wish I would feel more responsible having more conversations if I felt like it would be easier to have a mature conversation.
And I think one of the ways you can gauge that is by just one of the best pieces of advice I've ever gotten in law school is if you're having a conversation with somebody, right? You're strictly arguing, whether it's politics, religion, whatever. The second the person says you should probably stop having the conversation. Because the person is most likely not arguing the political stance for the thing anymore. Now it's coming after you personally. And I think that it's a pretty good rule of thumb.
I take that as a challenge, to be honest.
What?
I like having conversations with people who can't hold their composure.
That's why I'm on this podcast.
No, because for the most part...
It's starting to make sense.
For the most part, I can try to gauge how hurt you are and I can continue having the conversation. But like the moment I feel like you completely lost it, maybe I'll check out. But I'm so interested in why you're so invested in the point that you're having.
And you're a special human being, Justin.
I wish I could go to the 20v1 videos, to be honest. But anyways, okay. So that's the first point, right?
At Jubilee. Get us next.
Second point. Okay. So now we talk about the America's responsibility.
Okay.
Now my question is, this is going to sound dumb, but I'm going to ask you.
I respect you, so I'm not going to assume it's them. I'm just going to listen to you.
Thanks. The government's responsibility.
Oh boy. Okay. Got no opinion.
The government's responsibility to
Its citizens.
its citizens.
Oh, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because when you talk about in its entirety of its citizens, I would argue that maybe we govern certain citizens.
This is where my conservative views come out.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm willing to put this out there. I'm in the camp that the government doesn't owe you squat other than physical protection.
Woo! Here we go.
Damn it. I just got clipped and literally the rest of everything that I said is just not going to be in the clip.
The government doesn't owe you squat
minus like
protection.
Physical protection
from other citizens, like harmful. Okay.
I'm taking that to an extreme. There are other like obligations I feel like a government owes. Like, for example, I'm talking about governments in all countries.
Oh, these are in the
not
world.
just the United States.
Okay.
I think the United States itself, being as wealthy as it is, there are certain, I would say, safety nets that should be in place for its citizens.
Okay.
The reason why America is as powerful and as great as it is because of the backs of the citizens that it was built on. So there should be some safety net there, just because I think.
Isn't that every system? Like the government, like the people of the government is what runs technically the country, is the backbone of the country.
Yeah, but like.
Because when we talk about numbers, I mean, obviously the people are gonna.
It depends on the government. So you have monarchies, you have dictatorships, you have a lot of things that like run things differently. So
one controls like the dictatorship. One person controls everything, but without its people, there is no system.
I don't think it's much of a government either. If you're ruling everybody like with something with thumb. Yeah,
we're not debating. We're debating that the people itself is the backbone of any government system.
Sure.
Because without the people, who the government gonna run?
It's economy.
But okay, so other than its protection, say the people who are living in poor conditions or like on the low class, is up to them, you are saying, to better your conditions.
I think it's actually what I hope for and my ideal world.
Okay.
It's a social issue that's solved, not a government issue, right?
Explain that to me.
So, actually something that we were talking about a little bit before the podcast started. Let's say someone's having money issues, struggling, blah, blah, blah. I don't think the first step should be, let me go to my government to give me money.
Okay.
I think it should be, let me go to my local community, maybe local government, local environments, churches,
what
synagogues,
does the
mosques.
Local community / government provide for them?
Support.
Money?
Whatever that is. Like, I think you as a person in need is going to be best served by your community. They'll be able to figure out what it is exactly that you need instead of just throwing money at you and saying, go away. We don't have time to deal with you anymore. Okay.
So I have a question. If you are in a poor community and you need resources, but your community is poor itself, what can the local community government provide you? They're going to be looking at, the federal government. Well, please help.
You'll get funding, like those small towns or those cities will get funding from, who knows, maybe state level, federal level, whatever. But I think I hope that there's more philanthropy in the world of NGOs, people who want to do help who want to help the world, who create systems in place to. So the billionaires, full circle. Yeah. I mean, billionaires. Give your money. Didn't you tell me about a billionaire who literally helped? Yeah. Yeah. But he helped. Oh, he did help the US, but mostly went to Ireland. But I will have to disagree with you. Okay. I think the government has a responsibility of the well-being of the entirety of its people. And I think everyone should at least have a baseline level of their needs being met. I'm not going to lie. When I asked you earlier, I really don't know what a Marxist is. Me either. I just hear it's one of those terms, like a socialist, a Marxist view. But I'm not asking for people
to, have big houses. But I think everyone, if you have your basic needs met, then now, it's up to you to better your life. If you want a better lifestyle than just the bare minimum.
I agree. And again, that's why I said, like, there's a certain level that I think that as a safety net, right, that I said someone should have, but I don't know what that safety net looks like. I don't know
shelter and food.
What is enough, right?
I think baseline shelter and food.
I mean, that's, if you go through, I mean, that stuff already exists through Section 8 housing. But I don't know what that looks like. I don't know.
Yeah.
What kind of shelter are you getting? What are the stipulations for it? Like, is it actually helpful? Are we creating a crutch? Are we like, there's so many questions that I don't know that I'm not going to pretend like I do.
Okay.
To say that the government should step in and just like take control. I'm like, I
don't really know the specifics, but I will say I put it on the government as
to provide that. Okay.
And you might disagree.
Oh, I put it on the community.
Okay. You put it on the community. I put it on the government.
All right.
Okay. How about this one? International
relations.
We've been in a lot of headlines. How much is it our responsibility of our United States government to be friends with all these other
100%
governments?
their responsibility.
It is our responsibility. We need to be
100% government's responsibility.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, no, how much is it for them? They need to work well
with other countries.
With other countries. I mean, we're pulling out of a lot of things. Pause. But we're not really working with people right now.
Never done that. Wait till next week's episode.
Leave that
out. That's tough. What you're talking about is international relations.
Yeah. Imagine, but okay, if we were more selfish, right? And say we just kind of cut ties with everyone, and this is a theoretical, I'm not saying this is going to happen. We cut ties with everyone, but we ourselves as America thriving because of it for some reason. But no one now wants to work with us. Everyone thinks there's an enemy.
But we're thriving?
Or would you have not thriving, normal, but you're working with
that's countries. Tough because you can't have that happen. The reason why the United States thrives.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to phrase it to see how important is it to work with other countries.
I think it's really important to work with other countries.
Okay.
But I think it depends on what those countries are.
Jerry said, I want to say stuff, but I can't say stuff. I agree with you.
I think it's the role of government to make it a place where we can like enter trade with other countries, right?
Okay.
Like we want to be able to trade with anybody, shouldn't have to, but at the same time, you got to protect your citizens. And I think that through trade and through other means that other countries can other countries can try to gauge.
Be vague.
Yeah. Definitely not any kind of like social media platform or anything like that can.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's the role of the United States government essentially to be like any other relationship. Like you just gotta like be nice, right? You gotta be nice to everybody.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, when somebody pulls out a Glock on you, you gotta be like, all right, let's go.
But also, if someone pulls a Glock on someone else, yo, chill with that. Yo, chill. We good. He's good.
Yeah, but if someone's holding the Glock, you're gonna be like, hey, yo, chill, or you're gonna be like, hey, yo, chill.
Oh, okay. Which approach do you like better?
I don't know, because this is a podcast.
I'm gonna die, bro.
Right? I don't think people saw my hand motions as to like what that means.
Ooh, I was wondering what you're gonna say when I asked you that question. But okay, now we got over international. I have one last question, George. Last question.
Oh God, don't get me fired.
We're gonna disagree.
Hot,
we're gonna hate each other. We're gonna argue. Is it okay to villainize people who are evil in our government? Go.
That's really hard because I just villainized the hell out of
some influencer,
some social media influencer.
All right.
So I think
that's so funny, dude. That's so funny.
I don't think I could say no on this one.
No, but you weren't really villainizing. You're just like, hey,
check yourself.
Yeah,
watch the people. Be careful what you.
Yeah, because this guy seems like he's making money.
Yeah. Do I think it's okay to describe what it means to villainize somebody?
To say this guy is evil.
Yeah, I think it's totally fine.
Okay, cool.
I think you should totally 100% do that if you truly believe that.
I didn't think you were going to take that stance.
No, because I'm a firm believer in freedom of speech and being able to...
The freedom of speech.
Like, I'm a firm believer... Like, one of the greatest things about... Oh, God, I'm sounding so Republican right now. One of the greatest things about...
Republican?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
One of the greatest things about this country is that we get to...
That's so good. Just the state of where we're in. Just like one of the greatest things about this country.
I see you literally.
Like, oh no,
I literally see you clipping that and just like annoyingly just like putting it in like so it's seamless. Just people.
Yeah, dude.
But I think one of the greatest things, genuinely, is that if you don't like who's in office, you can say, "I hate him. I think he's doing a terrible job. I think that he's corrupt. I think he's all these things." Right. Now it's up to you you have a burden to provide evidence, provide blah, 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 to like go through the legal means to show that stuff. But I love that we can just be like, nah, because both sides have done it, right?
Yeah, both sides done
Everyone looks at Trump and goes, you are evil. Everyone, reverse side, when Obama was in office, everyone looks at him and goes, you are evil. It's like, I like it. Go ahead.
Okay, but you didn't have that take the last time we podcasted.
I disagree. I've always been.
You're telling me when I villainized Elon Musk.
Sir, I am a patriot.
When I villainized Elon Musk, which I did, and I still take that, you think you're saying that you're okay with me saying the things I was saying?
I think that you have full right to say those things. I just don't agree with those things.
No, because you had a problem with villainizing people because the following or the outcome that happens when we push the villainizing.
I had an issue with you calling him a Nazi. I was just like, I'm uncomfy. Like,
I mean,
I still don't think that.
I mean, him being it. Well, first of all, my whole point was him doing the act was the horrible thing. Yeah. Now I'm making an assumption that he is, but being one and pretending to be one or pretending to do it, I think they're pretty up. They're in the same category of bad.
I think you have to. I think you're fully in the right.
Okay.
To be able to say what you believe.
Sure.
But I just don't think I just don't think that it's right to say that. Why can't both things be true?
Oh yeah, that doesn't. Let's run it back, George.
Oh boy.
Let's run it back. You said, I think it's fine for you to say it because your freedom of speech. I just don't like that you said it.
Yes.
But it's my freedom of speech.
Yeah. A lot of people say a lot of things I don't agree with.
Why?
That doesn't mean that
why don't you like it?
Because I don't think it's true.
Oh, because you don't think it's true.
I don't think some of the things that you said.
Not because of the outcome that might happen if people keep saying these things.
Listen, I got my job on the line here, so I'm not gonna I love Elon.
Man, nobody wants this.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Genuinely.
I feel like you had a lot of takes of like, if we villainize people, it might be unjust or unfair, and like cancellations and all this other stuff.
And I think in the moment, like I will definitely say it. Last time that we podcasted, right? I got heated. I was very much in a defensive mode where I was like, something doesn't feel right. Like this is right.
Something doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I definitely disagree with the things that you said. Yeah. That's fair. But you have 100% right to say them. I don't think they're true.
Okay.
And I think it was my place to be like, while I may like or not like this person right now, you'll never know.
Okay.
I have to at least speak what I believe to be true.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I wish you didn't take that stance because now my segment's over. I was going to say,
how dare you been alive? If you do it,
honestly, this went way differently than I thought. I mean,
dude, marriage has changed me.
I was going to say that I think it's okay to villainize people, but But I don't think it's okay to condemn people because that is not our place to.
What's the difference between vandalizing and vandalizing? Vandalizing? Holy moly, bro.
Villainizing.
There you go.
It's like saying you're a sinner versus you're going to hell.
That's a great freaking analogy.
Does that make sense?
That was a great freaking analogy.
I don't think you should villainize people. I don't think it's okay to villainize people if they're doing some horrible things in this world. But I also don't agree with like, well, Elon needs to go to jail and stripped, and he's, people want to go the Luigi route. Like that's not our place.
Guys, is that gonna be an adjective now?
Oh, it might be.
You know Luigi, that guy?
Reminder, never run a business, Justin, and don't get successful. Got it. But yeah, that's the end of my segment.
Oh, sick. Well, we learned a lot today. Oh, wait, I actually had a last question. Yeah.
A last comment. I thought about this a few days ago. I just added it. I was having a conversation with my wife and we were talking about wife, but no ring. I know.
Love you, babe.
How, like, theoreticals of how you would run a country.
I hate these.
Why?
Because there's nothing I can say that's right.
Oh, okay. Well,
I want them to like me.
You know what? I just want to throw this out there and I'll be done. What if because we'll never be the United States of America.
We are the United States of America.
No, we're never united. Never will be. Because but bipartisan party will never be united.
That's crazy that you think that.
I don't think Republicans will ever come like over to the Democrats. I don't think Democrats are ever going to Republican.
But we work together. That's true unison.
This guy is paid up the wazoo to say these things,
Where?
bro.
Give me my paycheck,
Keep his job. You're keeping your job. What if we had a society where every party, you know how like the state level, if we have a representative, but now we do that for the president, and the president now is not one person, but a board of people, and the board is represented by each person of a party.
I think that's tough.
Republican, Democrat, Green.
I like the idea, but within them, they have to have a leader.
No. It's like companies. Oh, companies have boards. I guess how much share they have technically has that guy as the leader. But then, you can't really Trump.
Trump.
Oh, or I actually, I don't know how it's going to work. Every state. Oh, I just thought of it. Every state, right, votes as its state representative,
sure.
Right? And those are the shares. So if there's more states or votes, percentage-wise, to go popular vote, say like 60% of the country wants a Republican, then the Republican guy has 60% share of the America.
I don't hate that.
All right? And then obviously if he decides what he wants, and 40% doesn't matter, he will trump over it. But there will always be a conversation.
I'll tell you this. I don't know. I'll tell you what I know because I'm not an expert in it. Okay. But there's a certain country in the Middle East that everyone hates. So I don't want to bring up the name of because I'm scared that's going to do something to our YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. Turkey?
Yeah, that one. Yum, 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 yum.
Hey, just bleep that out. Blur his face, please. Thank you.
But they have what's called a joint, it's a political party, like unison, where whether it's like a Republican or liberal president in power during times of war, the person from the other parties have to have seats at the table, and they can't like move forward with the position, whether it's war, whether it's like taking certain action, unless all members of that board agree on the decision.
How do we do that?
I don't hate it.
I would love that. And then the only people you're fighting against is a fellow Democrat who you're going to pick.
I'm cool with that.
All right, cool. Well,
guys, we just solved
we just solved America. Look, we just solved America.
It's not that hard.
It's really not that hard.
If we can do it with 2 microphones and some iPhones, then think about what you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but thanks guys for tuning into this episode of the podcast. Thanks for hearing us yabber about politics and about your health and about
how Gary is a scam. Brecka is a scam. Don't follow him.
No, I just don't pay. Like he's got good advice. Just don't pay.
You didn't even. He's a scam, and you didn't even say it, and that's your whole story.
I didn't say it. I didn't, because we don't want to get sued, Justin.
Okay, my bad.
We hope you guys learned something today from the podcast. We hope we cured a little bit of our ignorance, and I hope that you cured a little bit of yours. Not that you're ignorant.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, all right. If you've made it this far, then you definitely are ignorant. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe on the channel. It helps us out a lot. And we hope you learned something today. If not, we hope you laughed, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.
Peace. A little rusty, but
I don't think it was that bad. Good.